Hello, 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 Tammy Bambi Middleton. I think you showed up before I showed up. Good morning, everybody. It is 11:08 Mountain Time here in the US. We are going to do messages for all the signs, and we are going to do 5 minutes of Reiki, and then we'll do free-for-all questions for those of you who are here. So, Tammy, you're first in the door. Let's start off with a card for you, my dear. By the way, everybody, please remember, have a sale going to help with gift giving. If you want to give either a reading or a Reiki session, if you buy one as a gift, you get the second one half off. If you buy two as a gift, you get a third one free. If you buy 3 of my services as a gift, then you get 2 free. Tammy Bambi's card coming right up. Tammy Bambi. Here we go, honey. I got the 6 of arrows. This is talking about transition. You're transitioning from something that had a negative influence on you in your life away from whatever that negative influence is. This can be anything from a negative thought pattern, a job that wasn't working out well, a negative habit, a toxic relationship, anything that was more negative that was holding you back or holding you down. Once again, cards of the day are something that probably will have happened within the past 24 hours, but if not, look for them in the next 24 hours. Just something Sacred Spirit would like you to be more aware of. Excuse me, but yeah, I think I have makeup on my teeth. I do. I hate that. Gemma. Hello, hello. You're up next, my dear. Gemma Croft Baker in the room. Let's get a card out for you. Hello to the rest of you who haven't said hi yet. Glad to see y'all here. I like the company. Little ODD. Hello, hello. Tiffany Jones. Hello, hello. Aw, thank you, Tiffany. I am feeling pretty good. Every day I go to bed and I think, tomorrow I'm going to be perfect again. Yesterday was one of those days I woke up and I thought, oh, life is good. I did go for a walk and I came back and it was only a 4-block walk. And I came back and I was like, oh, I need a nap. Today I'm still high energy though. Linda Ann Mendez. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Negative thought pattern you're getting away from. Good for you, Tammy Bambi. Does take a little work. Amanda Gabrowski. I just wrote another comment to you. Did you see that? Excuse me. Sorry about the throat clearing. Gemma, Gemma, Gemma. What you got is the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse is telling me that you had a situation in your life, Ms. Gemma, that you knew something was fishy. Things just weren't adding up. There was more information there than you were being told. And that information has, within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours, will be coming to the surface. Once that information comes to the surface, it kind of makes everything sort of click together. Things start making sense then. Then you're like, oh, that's why this is that way. Got it. Usually when we have a situation like this that a card indicates, that card is indicating it because you may be changing your position on how you feel about or how much you want to interact with a situation or a relationship based on this new information that comes up. Little ODD, good day, good day. Story of your life is clearing the throat. Not mine. This is just a temporary thing, I hope. Would like to believe that. Little ODD. Oh, you've got a big decision on your mind. You've got a lot of things on your mind, and one of them is a big decision. Let's see what we've got coming up for you. There's Miss Lorraine. Hello, hello. Little ODD, 5 of Swords in reverse. This just tells me that there may have been there was a situation where you were feeling like you were in competition with other people over something. That competition is done. Those people who might have been your competition before, they are not now. Does that make sense to you, my dear? Tiffany Jones. Let's get you a card. Linda Ann Mendez, I think this is your first time in. Glad to see you here. Tiffany Jones's card coming up now. Tiffany Jones. Tiffany Jones. Could be interesting, definitely. That does make sense for you? Okay. You have to give Anna a wake-up call? Because she's not here yet. Oh, it's your second time. Well, we're glad you're here. Alrighty, gotta watch me. I should be taking more fish oil. I did remember my fish oil today. Let's see. Who am I doing this for? This is... Now I gotta remember. Who did I just pull this card for? It's not Gemma. It's not little ODD. Tiffany Jones. That's who it is. Okay, so Tiffany Jones, what you've got here is the Page of Wands, my dear. This just means that you're getting, or you probably have already received within the past 24 hours, some type of news or information. The word I'm hearing is go ahead, some kind of go ahead that allows you to move forward on something that you're really feeling inspired and enthusiastic about moving forward on. This could be in relationship. It kind of feels relationship-ishy, but it could be like a work project or a hobby too. I would say more likely for you, relationship. Maybe both. Maybe they're tied together. You did get that message. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Amanda. Okay. Da, 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 da. Who's next? Who should be next? Who is the next one saying hi? Oh, Linda Ann, your turn. Linda Ann, I'm going to use the Lenormand with you just because I like to practice here. This is not my pro readings. Nobody's paying me, so these are my practice readings. I get to have fun with these. I don't have to be completely serious. And I like the Lenormands. I'm kind of fascinated by them, but I am still learning them. So Ms. Linda Ann, you're getting a Lenormand message. La, da, da, da. Boy, these cards are just like trying to flip all over. Normally I pick them up, but there's too many of them flipping. Alrighty, so we're going to do a house card and a cover card for Ms. Linda Ann. House card. Oh, you got the cross. That's interesting. That can have to do with burdens, or that can have to do with spirituality. Let's see what your cover card is. The Mountain. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I don't really like your combination, Miss Linda Ann. Cool, cool. Thank you, Tiffany. Let's see. Thank you, Tammy. Okay, so when we've got the cross and the mountains, Miss Linda Ann, this is telling me, what is this telling me? I feel like the cross has to do with spiritual stuff for you. Right now, you're dealing with some kind of spiritual obstacle, or you have within the past 24 hours. So when I say spiritual obstacle, there's something that is holding you back from really understanding who you are in relation to how the universe all works. Because really, the universe is all based on spirit, although they won't tell you that in math class. But there's something here about you're having a hard time with understanding your own importance and your own significance whenever it comes to how things play out spiritually. That's what I'm picking up off of that for you, Miss Linda Ann. Basically, it's just a blockage. We can all handle blockages. We can get through them. Okay, Paradis. Hello, hello. Welcome. Ricky Jorgensen. Hello, hello. Glad to see you guys both in the room. That makes sense to you? Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Who is next after Ms. Linda Ann? Amanda. I don't think I've ever pulled a card for Amanda. It's time for a card from Ms. Amanda. Kim Hefner. Hello, hello. Amanda Gabronsky. Amanda came in after the fact yesterday and picked up some Reiki for her knee, which I think is very exciting. I love it when people do that. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I do offer Reiki sessions as one of my services. My normal sessions are an hour long. And the first one, if you've, I just give it away for free, the first one, because I think everybody should experience Reiki. And a whole hour of Reiki focused just on you is pretty freaking amazing. Excuse my freaking, but it just is. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate that. Amanda's first card. Card of the day. So Amanda, what you're actually getting when I pull a card of the day, it's a card that talks to me about something that's happened with you within the past 24 hours. And if not within the past 24 hours, which is pretty much normal, then look for it within the next 24 hours. It is a very current event, and it's something Sacred Spirit would like you to think about a little bit more than what you would otherwise. So Amanda Gabrowski's card, you got the moon on water, but it's in reverse. Actually, the reverse of this meaning is very different than the upright, but it's an incredibly positive card. This is telling me that within the past 24 hours, or if not then within the next 24, you have discovered some untapped potential, and you're realizing that it's there and that you really could do something with it. And that can be in any part of your life, Miss Amanda. There's striving. Good morning, good morning. I guess it's good afternoon for you. Aw, thank you, Ricky. Let's see. That was Amanda. Who came in the door next? Let me look. Little OD had one. Lorraine, you're up next. You're up to bat. Let's get a card out from Ms. Lorraine Southwick. You're quite welcome, Amanda. Advice is tricky. I always make people ask for advice before I give it to them because otherwise they probably won't listen. See you in a minute, Amanda. Advice is very tricky. Okay, who did I say I'm pulling this card for? Lorraine. Lorraine Southwick. I can be psychic till the cows come home, but if somebody's not asking for my advice, it's not worth passing it on. Wasted breath. Hannah! Time number 2 for Hannah to be here. Good morning for you. To you. Okay, so this is Lorraine. Lorraine, you have the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles just means that you're feeling pretty secure today. In fact, you may even be adding to your security. So maybe you're updating that wood stove in your cabin in Alaska, Miss Lorraine. Now you could be, getting a new phone, getting some maintenance done on the vehicle or the home, or updating the home, or even getting a new home. This could also have to do with relationship, that you're taking a relationship to the next level. Something that makes you feel more secure has happened for you, Miss Lorraine, within the past 24 hours, or it will within the next 24 hours. I probably thought that a tyrant. What about the advice? You don't need to do that. I'm glad to hear that you like that. I hear you, Hannah. You had a childhood friend named Lorraine? My middle name used to be Lorraine until I legally changed my name. Peace out, Tiffany. Hey, honey. Okay, so let's see who's next. I gotta scroll up and see. That was Lorraine. Next, Linda Ann, we've already done. Tiffany, we did. Tammy, we did first. Okay, Prattis, you're up next. Chris Prattis. I keep trying to scroll down to the bottom of the conversation and it's not taking me there. Oh, the people don't listen. Yeah, well, part of the reason my price is so high is I figure if people pay me this much money, they're probably going to listen. Hello there, Thomas Martin. Glad to see you back in the room, honey. It's been a while. I know you do. Let's see. Who is this for? Now I got to remember. I just thought I was done shuffling. Chris Prattis. Here we go. Getting distracted reading what y'all are typing in there. Okay, Christina Prattis. What we have coming up for you, my dear, is the sun. The sun tells me that within the past 24 hours, or possibly within the next 24 hours, you have done or will be doing something exactly the way you want to, with nobody looking over your shoulder trying to guide or steer or correct or adjust your actions. This is something that you enjoy doing and that makes you feel productive and happy. I know it's not Alaska, but you know what? That's what I'm going to remember from now on, Lorraine. You know what? I did read that comment, and I think that that would be a nice thing to do, but here's my thing, Hannah. I like to have personal contact with people, and I like to explain Reiki in a way that I know that they'll understand, and I think reading it is, it's okay. You can read what Reiki is anywhere, but if you're talking to somebody who might actually be giving you Reiki, I just think it's really important to have that personal connection so that you know where they're coming from and what they believe about it. And the other part about liking to have people in here live for the Reiki for me is because a lot of my people who are here haven't had Reiki before they met me. They probably didn't even hear about it, most of them. And so when they're experiencing the Reiki, and if there's something going on in their body, they might have questions about that. And I can't answer those types of questions in like a pre-filled out, this is what Reiki is all about type thing. Those things need a personal response. So that's why I really want people to be in here in person for the Reiki rather than having, you know, just a little form, this is what Reiki is and how it works and all of that. I mean, I probably should put that up there, yes. But as far as for why I want people in here for Reiki, it's really so that I can handle anything that comes up for them in a personal and direct way. Let's see. But definitely I appreciate you put a lot of thought into that. So that's a good suggestion. Thomas Martin. Here's how it works. I choose what kind of reading you get when you come in here. So you're going to get a card that's at Sacred Spirit's discretion. It won't be my choice and it won't be your choice. Well, it could line up with your choice. I'm really not making a choice. I'm leaving it up to Sacred Spirit. But yeah, I'm not telling Spirit what to bring up. Anna Lopez, hello, hello. Little ODD was saying it's time to give you a wake-up call. Did you hear from her? You're quite welcome, Chris. Okay, Lorraine, that's cool. I understand. Right, I hear you, Hannah. I don't know. I got to see. I always go by who comes in the door first driving, so I think that's the way to do it without playing favorites, because I have relationships with so many of you. I don't want to play favorites with anybody. And I certainly don't want to put off new people by playing favorites with those of you who have used my services before. Let's see. Ricky actually is up next. After that would be Kim came in the door. Ricky and Kim, and then I think I saw you, Lisa, so that's where you are in the line. But let's do Ricky's card right now. Dee Dee Ryan, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you this morning. Yeah, I grew up in a family with 6 little brothers, and one thing that my parents never did was they never played favorites. And so when I see somebody playing favorites really in any situation, it just kind of makes me go bonkers. I just can't do that. The Mountain card can be, that's really your blockage card. It was just saying that you have a blockage there, Linda. Okay, so this is for Ricky. Ricky, you've got the 5 of Swords showing up. This is telling me that there's been some kind of argument or some kind of dispute with somebody either within the past 24 hours or maybe within the next, probably the past. But it does talk about some kind of strife or conflict. Crawling everywhere and baking buns? Oh, goodness. You've got 2 things that require high concentration, baking the buns and kids crawling on the walls. Wallflower, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. No worries, striving. You're quite welcome, Linda. Okay. Thank you for the verification, Ricky. I'm sorry about the conflict. Eek. Let's see. Who did I say after Ricky? Probably Kim. I think I said Kim. So Kim's up next. Let's hit some Lenormand cards for Kim. Kim Hefner. They're begging to go back to school. That's hilarious. I can tell you that we never did that when I was a kid. Kim Hefner. House card for you, which is going to tell us generally what we're looking at. Oh, you got the book. The book can be information that has to be researched or dug around to find. It can be like a mystery. It can have to do with occult type things. We're going to see what comes up as the cover card to know a little more. Birds. Birds generally have to do with chatter and chit chat. Twitter even a lot of times will have to do with birds, social media even, Twitter especially. So when you've got the book and you've got the birds, Kim, let me think about this a minute here and feel around. Yeah, I think you're going to have some mysterious information, hither unto unknown information come up just in chit chat with somebody else. It's just going to come up really casually, like that person didn't realize it was not information for public consumption. So if that hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, I would expect it within the next 24 hours. Some kind of mystery is going to be coming to the surface just in regular chit chat, kind of by accident, actually, for you, Miss Kim. Patty E, hey, 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 welcome. You're funny, Hannah. You wanted to go back after Christmas to show off the new clothes. You've been seeing a lot of hawks lately. Hawks have to do with messages. Messages. That could be about your birds, though. Hawks bring messages. Actually, you know what? I think your hawks are telling you the same thing as these 2 cards, that you have some messages coming in. All right, so let's see. Who was after Kim? That was striving, I think. So let's do a card for striving now. Crows and crows and more crows. Do you know the esoteric meaning of crows, Hannah David? You're quite welcome, Kim. La-da-dee-da-da. Strivings card. Maybe you got this card the other day. Seems like you've got this card recently. Maybe that was someone else. Anyway, Nine of Bows in reverse. This tells me that you were doing something that was like unexplored, new territory for you. You were kind of going into situations and places you hadn't been before. And you've decided, well, I'm kind of in over my head with that. Let me back out of that. So backing out of those new situations or unfamiliar territory. I don't associate them with death. Maybe some people do. Actually, I associate them with crossing back and forth between worlds. Usually blackbirds or crows of any kind have to do with crossing back and forth between the spirit realm and the physical realm. So that would be, like if you're having precognitive dreams, that would be crossing back and forth. Doing work like I do, that's crossing back and forth. Stuff like that. Your stomach is killing you. That's that coffee. Go use the bathroom. Honey, I'm going to be here a while. I have so many people I still have to give to cards, and I haven't even started on my tomorrow's predictions. Let's see. I'll be here when you get back. Let's see. Who's next after striving? Gosh, you guys, I'm so far behind. There's so many of you here today, like, wow. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. Hannah. I think you're the next person that I haven't done a card for yet. Okay, so let's do a card for Ms. Hannah. Gertrude Glenn, welcome back. Glad to see you in here again. Coffee makes you anxious. Coffee makes me grit my teeth. I have a lot of energy, but it makes me grit my teeth. Oh my God, I would never be done giving out cards. I would have to do an hour of just giving out cards and then be like, okay, guys, let's stop for Reiki and I got to go. And energy to chase the kids, right? Okay, Hannah, you have a really good card, actually. Let me fix my camera. There we go. You have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands just tells me that you have a choice. Or you probably actually had this choice within the past 24 hours. If not, then it's coming up. But anyway, you had a choice between two things, maybe more than two. Anyway, either option was good. There really wasn't a bad choice there. I've had this come up for people who were like trying to choose who they wanted to move forward in a relationship with. I've had this card come up for people who are trying to choose who to accept a dinner invitation to, all kinds of stuff, different business opportunities, whatever this is for you, Hannah. It's like this card basically says you can't make a wrong choice. All the choices that you had were all good. Let's see, who would be next? Lorraine got her card already. So did Tiffany. Okay, Prattis did. Thomas Martin, you're up next. Thomas Martin for a card of the day. Does that make sense for you, Ms. Hannah David? Right? Sometimes you have to do that. Okay, so Thomas Martin. Whoops. Forgot to silence my phone. I've been here 30 minutes now. I haven't even started doing predictions. Two of Swords showing up in reverse for you, Thomas Martin. This just tells me there's something that either within the past 24 hours or maybe even right now and into the next 24 hours, you're feeling very confused about. There's some kind of decision that you want to make, and you just feel like you don't really have all the information that you need to make that decision in a good way. Does that make sense for you, Mr. Martin? Yeah, there's a man in here. He's been in here a while. Fatima Layla, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Apparently, Lorraine. Can't complain about that. That's a good problem to have. Alrighty. Who is after Thomas Martin? Let's see. I need to pick like the next 3 people so I don't have to keep going back every time. That'll save me some time here. La, da, da, da. After Thomas would be Anna M. Lopez, then Dee Dee, and then Wallflower. Maybe I should write that down. Anna, Dee Dee, and Wallflower. Okay. All right, so this is Anna's card right here. Anna M. Lopez, card of the day coming right up. Ace of Wands in reverse. This just means, Miss Anna, that you are being inspirational to somebody in your sphere of influence. Sometimes with this card, you don't even know you're being inspirational, and sometimes you're very aware of it. So this could pan out either way. I think you're a little aware of it. To me, I think you are passing along information or ideas that can inspire people to move forward in a good and productive way with their lives, Miss Anna. Okay, let's do Dee Dee. We're going to do some Lenormands for Dee Dee's card. Does that make sense for you, Ms. Anna? La da dee da 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 da. La da dee da da da. Well, we had snow once this year so far, I think. Maybe twice, actually. Anna, you got the Child. Not sure how big we are. We have a small town feel, but we're definitely growing. And you've got the Clouds as the cover card. You know, they legalized pot here 3 or 4 years ago, and so all of Colorado's been growing like crazy. So I think we're like twice the size that we were before. And to put that into perspective, like before we legalized pot, I could go to like movies in the park in August on a Friday night, and I would recognize 10 or 20 of the people there and their families. And now when I go to movies in the park on a Friday in August, I'm lucky if I recognize anybody. So it's definitely losing its small town flavor, I think. Okay, so well, you know what? Original Colorado people are talking about moving to Utah because of that. All right, so who was I pulling these Lenormands for? Now I don't remember. Oh, this is for Dee Dee. Dee 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 Dee. Okay, so Dee Dee, you got the Child as their house card. And you got the Clouds as your cover card. So There's some kind of new beginning that you're trying to get off the ground, Miss Dee Dee, and you're running into obstacles with that. That's basically all this is saying. That's happened within the past 24 hours or will within the next 24. And then let's see, after Dee Dee comes Wallflower. Wallflower. People do migrate for different reasons. The people who grew up in Colorado, like they don't even recognize this state anymore. I only came here in 2010, so I haven't been here all my life. But even I can see a difference. I just don't know where the natives really think they're going to go, because I don't know where you're going to find another place like this used to be. All right, so Wallflower. What I really want is I want the U.S. to hurry up and legalize pot everywhere, and then we can get back to normal. Partners medical practice. Gotcha. You're quite welcome. We can always do a reading for best advice, how to make that a go, if you ever want a reading. Let's see. Or another reading, I guess I should say. This is for Wallflower. You got the King of Arrows showing up in reverse. This is somebody that you're interacting with, either within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours. Usually the King of Arrows in reverse is going to be a male. And when he's in reverse, he's also somebody who is moody, really moody and fickle. This could be somebody that actually is literally bipolar, but definitely this is someone who you kind of don't know what to expect from them. And every time you try to jump through hoops to make them happy, then next thing you know, they want something completely different so that they can be happy. So not a lot of fun to be around, Wallflower. Good luck to you. Small and footable. It is small and footable. There's no big stores that are footable, but bicyclable. Like I can walk to one of the grocery stores very easily. All the little tourist places downtown, all the little coffee shops, all the restaurants are easily walkable. I live downtown too, though. But yeah, if you live close enough in, but it's ridiculously expensive. The rents are starting to come down now, finally. But ever since we had our massive migration, they went crazy. Exactly. It does. It helps with several medical effects. And if you legalize it all over, then you don't have certain states that are just like dealing with the burden of so many people coming in. Like our schools are overcrowded, our roads are overcrowded, housing is at a ridiculous price. All of this stuff, you know, it just puts a massive load on one state at a time. If they would just legalize it for the whole country and be done with it, like Canada did. Canada, January 1st, it's totally legal everywhere in Canada. That would have been the way to go. Let's see. Now, who came in after Wallflower? Look at me getting all political in here. The last thing I need to do is get political. Linda Ann already had a card, I'm sure. Patty E, I think, is next. Hannah had one. Kim had one. Amanda did. Gertrude Glenn will be after that. Fatima Layla will be after Gertrude. Bum, bum. Sorry, guys, y'all are just overwhelming me today. Okay. Good problem to have. All right, let's do a card for Patty E. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why, but that's definitely the truth. Reiki takes a lot of water. I'm not sure if the energy like burns through water in our bodies or what. Yeah, I like to make green alcohol with marijuana leaves and soak all the green out of the leaves into the alcohol. And then if you put that on hurting muscles, that really helps them. Just apply it topically. Well, and mostly in Reiki, you aren't chatting that much, but, even a regular Reiki session, you're probably going to need a lot of water after that. Occasionally, somebody will cry during a Reiki session as they release some emotions. Now, obviously, you know why you need water after that. But I would say 97% of my people don't cry. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is Patty E's card. Patty E, you've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. This just tells me sometime within the past 24 hours or possibly the next 24 hours, somebody has shown you their true colors and you're not too impressed. Does that make sense to you, my dear? Let's see. Next, we're doing Gertrude Glenn. You use that too, Tammy? Gertrude Glenn. Card coming up for you. I hope Gertrude Glenn is still in the room. I haven't seen her say anything for a while. Gertrude, you've got the Ace of Swords showing up. This is just telling me that you have recently had a major epiphany of a thought. So sometime within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours. When I say a major epiphany of a thought, this is like the light bulb went on, and not only did the light bulb go on and you understood something now that you hadn't really comprehended at this level before, but also by this understanding, it applies and it fits in and it helps you understand a lot of other things in your life as well. It's kind of like a key piece to a jigsaw puzzle or something. So some kind of new understanding that has changed how you understand really your whole world is basically what I'm seeing coming up for you, Ms. Gertrude Glenn. Yes, yes, it definitely works. Let's see. La da da da. Who's our next person? Fatima Layla. Fatima Layla. Fatima Layla. Okay, what do we have for you, Ms. Fatima? I hope she's still in the room. That's the bad thing about when there's so many. I don't know if I can get to you in time. There's Patty E. I hear you, honey. Okay, so Fatima Layla, what we have is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is just telling me that there's something that you want to make a decision on and figure out how to move forward with, Miss Fatima, but you want to make sure that that you make a good decision. So you're taking some time with this. You're not trying to rush that decision. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Fatima? Good. I'm glad you're still in the room. Yep, it's legal in Oregon. I think it's legal in Washington, Colorado, and I think there's 2 other states. California, I think. I don't remember the other state. All my friends in Missouri are jealous of me because a lot of the friends that I grew up with love their pot. Here I am sitting in Colorado. I don't do pot, and it's illegal where they are. That makes sense to you? Good. Thank you. All right, let's see if there's anybody after Fatima that I need to give a card to. I think I'm finished with that for now. It's legal with a medical card. Cool, cool. Thanks, Lorraine. Peace out, honey. Thank you, Patty E. I think I've got everybody. Okay, so let's do messages for December the 20th. And let's start with Aries. Aries, Wednesday, December the 20th. What do we have coming up for you guys? I got this from somebody yesterday, but it's coming in for you guys, Aries. I know it wasn't you. It's time to take out the trash, take out the trash, take out the trash. Oh, Aries, it's time to take out the trash. You've been letting things accumulate. I feel like this may have to do more with relationships than with stuff. You've been letting people get away with stuff and 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 get away with stuff. And the trash can is full. It's time to get some boundaries going where people are not treating you that way anymore. Or hit the road, Jack. That's Aries. Oregon is beautiful. Taurus, December the 20th, Wednesday. Love and appreciation are the themes, Taurus. And I'm hearing that this is going 2 ways. So Taurus, I feel like you're going to wish you had more love and appreciation on Wednesday. And at the same time, I think you're going to be very focusing on making sure that you are putting out love and appreciation. I think that you're doing this as a response to some of the not so lovely and appreciationing things that you're hearing. You're just saying, okay, I'm going to respond the way I would like to be responded to rather than the way you deserve to be responded to. So putting off loving and appreciation vibes, Taurus, that's what I see for you. And wishing you were more loved and appreciated. And Gemini, Wednesday, December the 20th. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Gemini, you're in a strange position. I think you guys got the doorknob message yesterday, the twist the knob. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm seeing you as like the if you've ever seen, and I've never even seen them in real life, I've just seen them in movies where there's like divided doors. So like maybe you keep the bottom part closed and you can open the top part so it becomes like a little window or something. I'm seeing you guys standing at a divided door where the bottom part is closed and you can't pass through, but you can see through. So you can see an opportunity that's there. All you have to do is open the door. It's like Spirit is saying again, you can see this opportunity. You know it's there. Twist the knob, open the door. You have to be the initiator. And I'm feeling like for you, Gemini, some of you are just afraid of rejection. And I say just, but like that's one of the biggest fears of humanity is that we're afraid of rejection. But that's what's going on here is like you see the opportunity, you know you could take that thing and grab it by the horns and do well with it. But you're afraid that other people don't see that. So it's going to take you initiating for that opportunity, Gemini. And the fact that Spirit's given me this message for you 2 days in a row, this is like Spirit trying to hit you on the head with a 2x4. Hey, come on, listen up. Take care of business here. When I used to pull cards for myself every day, if I got the same card 2 days in a row, I knew Spirit was saying, hey, how come you're not listening? Knock, knock. You have some kind of fabulous opportunity, Gemini. Take the initiative. Quit being scared. Suck it up. Do like what you do whenever you jump into a pool and you don't want to breathe the water. Hold your nose and take the leap. Okay? Okay, so for everybody who is here, if you do not mind sharing, please share so that other people can get in on the live broadcast. That does make it more fun when you catch a live broadcast as a live. Good job, Lorraine. You can do it. Okay, so Cancers, December the 20th. What do I have coming in for you guys? Cancers, there's something coming in here about a healing of the heart. I do think that you're going to be conversing with somebody where maybe your relationship has been a little bit more rocky than you would like it to be. And I think you guys are going to be trying to come into a place of understanding and compassion for each other. At least that's going to be your goal. You're going to be wanting to get back on the same page with this person. And I think that you're going to be taking some steps to do that, and I do believe that they will have some success. For most of you, they're going to have the amount of success that you want. For some of you, the success may be just a portion of what you want, but it's progress forward. So it's a good thing either way. Ba-da-da-da, Leo. December the 20th, Wednesday. I swear, sometimes I hear things and it just makes me think I'm crazy. I'm hearing faith in the bells. So for some of you Leos, I'm sure you'll know what that means, even though I don't. And I'm going to see what kind of interpretation comes out of that. To me, when I think of bells, there's a few things that I think of. First of all, I think of, like in colonial days, excuse me for the cough, like in colonial days, you know, if there was a problem coming, if there were invaders coming or something, then the church bells would ring, you know, to warn the town to get ready. So there's those kind of bells that give us the alert, that let us know it's time to get ready, it's time to prepare, it's time to be on guard and be on defense. The other thing that I think about when I think about bells is I think about church bells, and especially I'm familiar with Catholic churches more than any other. So Catholic church bells, especially in the old days, they used to ring at 9 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, and at noon, and they would ring with the Angelus or a prayer to St. Mary. So bells to me have to do with two things. They have to do with be prepared to fight, and they also have to do with faith in supernatural, faith in spiritual, faith in God. Okay, and so the fact that we have faith and bells coming up for you Leos, to me, I think that this is, you have something to prepare for. You have something coming up that you're going to have to do battle in some way, whether it's actually conflict or argument, or whether it's energy and effort you're putting into something. And I think that you're going to hear some things that let you know, that trigger you to know, okay, it's time, whether it's literally bells or whether it's some other kind of alert that lets you know, okay, it's time. It's time to take care of this. It's time to get ready. Okay? So Leos, I think that it's also important to know that even though you're getting ready, you're being alerted that there's a struggle coming in, it's also important to have faith that, guess what, Spirit has your back. Even if there's a struggle coming in, Spirit has your back through this. So faith in the bells. There you go, Leo. I do my best work when I'm the most puzzled. Angela Lukes, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Now that's a cool point, Hannah David. Sometimes people do use bells to clear energy and tuning forks. Maybe some of you need to get a hold of some bells for some clearing of some energy and some healing. Ms. Angela Lukes, draw out those tuning forks. Okay, Angela just came in the room, so we need to draw some cards for Angela. We're going to do a card of the day. I'm actually going to use my Lenormand on you, Miss Angela. I don't use them in my pro readings typically, but I do like to practice with them. So since we're just having fun in here, I'm going to practice with them on you. Angela Lukes. Okay, my dear. Let's see what we have. Okay, so your house card is the fish. That's going to be either talking about abundance or deep feeling, or it can have to do with alcoholism, but we'll see. And we've also got the garden. So, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. I think that, Ms. Angela Lukes, if this hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, it will happen within the next 24 hours, that you will be receiving some kind of message about how somebody feels about you. The reason I say that is because the fish to me are talking about deep feeling this time as I feel into them. The garden talks about public things, public modes of communication and modes of transportation, public places where people hang out. And I think that you're going to be receiving like an email, a text message, maybe even a phone call or a Skype, but something where the person isn't right next to you, something where they are using some kind of public mode of communication to let you know how they feel about you. These are the Ciro Marchetti, Cirro, or maybe only one R. He's done a few decks. He's also got a tarot deck out. He's got a Kipper deck out. I think he's got, this deck has come out expanded with 4 more cards. I haven't gotten that yet. I would love to. But his artwork is phenomenal, and it's very high contrast. It's beautiful work. Oh boy, she says. This could be something from family. Okay, let's look at Virgo for the 20th of December, Wednesday. What do we have coming up for you guys? Everybody that's here, don't forget, I am selling gift items, any kind of my services, whether you want readings or Reiki. If you're buying one for a gift, you get the second one half off. If you buy 2, then you get a third one free, or if you buy 3, then you get the 4th one and the 5th one free. So if you buy 3, you get 2 free. All right, so, and that applies to readings or to Reiki sessions. Virgos, December the 20th. What do I have coming in for you guys? Virgos, I think that you have a situation that you're realizing you only have part of the information about. People are telling you gladly and happily some of the information, but they are not exactly forthcoming with all of the information. And I think you realize this. You know there's a rat in the woodpile. Right, Angela? Natalia Cam. Hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. Let's get Natalia a card real quick. Okay, Ms. Natalia, Ms. Natalia, Ms. Natalia. What I have for you, my dear, is the 9 of Arrows. 9 of Arrows has a way different meaning than what the 9 of Swords would be, which is what this card normally would correspond to. In this deck, the 9 of Arrows talks about dedication. It talks about there's a situation in your life, Natalia, that you are very dedicated to. This could be a relationship, it could be a work project, it could be a way of working. So lots of different ways that can pan out. I see it most often when it comes to work or relationships. Does that make sense for you? La da da da, Libra. Libra for the 20th of December. I see you guys on the seesaw with somebody else doing the normal seesaw thing, up and down, up and down. I feel like you guys are trying to find your balance. You're trying to find what works for you with this other person in a relationship. So for some of you, this is definitely going to have to do with intimate partner. For others of you, this is going to have to be, some other type of relationship, a friendship or a work relationship, where you're wanting the relationship to be a two-way street where there's give and take on both sides. And I think that as you guys are trying to find that balance, you're kind of swinging back and forth between two extremes as you're hunting for what's really going to work for you. So that's what I have coming in for Libra. Cool, cool. Thank you, Natalia. And then Scorpio. Scorpio for December the 20th, Wednesday. This is interesting. Okay, so Scorpios, I think that we are going to be, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's a classic movie. Most of you will have. This, is it, no, I can't think of it. With Dorothy and the Witches. What's the name of that movie? The Wizard of Oz. Thank you. Okay, so I'm getting this picture of the Wizard of Oz. And in the Wizard of Oz, whenever Dorothy comes to the Emerald City with her friends, there's this gatekeeper or doorkeeper or somebody. Exactly. Thank you, Hannah. And whenever they try to get in, or maybe it's not to the Emerald City, maybe it's to see the wizard. Anyway, when they try to get in, they knock, and then this little door that's up high opens, and this guy sticks his head out and wants to interrogate them before he lets them in. So Scorpios, I feel like we're the little guy sticking our head out of the little door on Wednesday. I think we're going to be very protective of our own time and our own resources and our own energies. And we're going to be making sure that anybody that we let into our space, that they meet the qualifications, the minimum qualifications for us to have them in our space. So if somebody calls up and says, "Can I have an appointment?" we might be saying, let's see. What's more important, that I take care of me and revitalizing and refreshing me, or that I take care of this person right now? So we're going to be strict doorkeeping on our space on Wednesday. Thank you, Ricky. That's exactly right. Sagittarius. That's kind of interesting, isn't it, Hannah? Sagittarius. That might mean that Scorpios are looking for that Emerald City, and they're going to make sure nobody taints the Emerald City. Sagittarius, let's look at you guys for the 20th of December on Wednesday. What do I have coming in for you? Sagittarius, I feel like you're going to have somebody in your sphere of influence that is sort of holding the torch or holding the lamp or holding the candle. They're the light one. They're the positive one. They're the ones with the energy and the enthusiasm. And Sagittarius, I think you may be feeling a little bit drained, like you need to be replenished. And I think that as you are hanging around that person that is holding that light energy, that enthusiasm, it's almost like you're taking your candle and lighting it off of their candle, like you're sort of pirating or piggybacking on their energy to help you to become replenished and to lift up. Okay? I see this all the time. People like to come in and piggyback off of my energy all the time. And so this is really what I'm seeing for you, is that you're realizing that, you kind of need this boost and you don't really know exactly how to get it. Well, let me plug into so-and-so, because they're always right there with it, and I've done that too. I have a couple of particular people when I'm feeling down. Then I say, oh, let me talk to so-and-so. I always feel better after I talk to them. That's what I think you're going to be doing, Sagittarius. Could be something with an emerald stone, sure. Especially since you're the one that heard that tone, Hannah, especially because you're the one that heard that tone, it could be applying more to you than to anybody else. Not saying only to you, but in a more significant way to you than anybody else. Yeah. Everybody who is here, if you have not shared, please share so that people can get in on this while it is still live. We've got 3 more signs, and then we're going to do Reiki. Capricorn, let's look at you guys for December the 20th. What do we have coming in for y'all? Capricorns, I'm hearing that you're going to be very grounded. I'm also hearing that you have something similar to the Scorpios, but instead of like opening the window and looking out and interrogating anybody before you let them into your space, I really feel like you're building up walls, Capricorn. You're not really letting anybody into your space on Wednesday. You're like, you know what? It's time for me to just replenish and do my own thing and not be bothered with all the demands of everybody else. So I am shutting it down. You may shut off your internet, you may shut off your phones, but you are definitely taking some me time. Some of you, I feel like, are doing some heavy-duty healing work on yourselves on the 20th, Capricorn. Leo is done, yes. You're a Capricorn. Haha, there you go. Hey, Mark. Hey, Evan. I hope you guys are having a good day. That's you, huh, Tammy? Gotcha. Alrighty, let's move on here. How old are Mark and Evan? Aquarius. December the 20th. December the 20th. Ask Evan if he would like a card. Aquarius, December the 20th. What do we have coming up for you? Aquarius, I feel like what I'm seeing it for you guys is train tracks. I'm feeling like you guys have a particular mission and purpose in mind on Wednesday, and where you might stop on the track to enjoy the scenery a little while, nobody's going to pull you off track or keep you away from your purpose. You're going to be very focused. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What do we have coming up for Pisces? A lot of you Pisces that watch my videos, I feel like you're going to be really, really focused on, what do I want to say about this that you're focused on? And the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is what I'm hearing I should be saying. So you guys are really focused on the dream. You're really focused on the end result of the dream and on how to get there. And Pisces, I think you're doing a lot of that law of attraction type energetic work to get that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow to come to you. Natalia, would Evan like a card? La da da da. Okay, let's look at, oh, that's all of our signs. We're done looking at signs. Let's do some Reiki. 5 minutes of Reiki, guys. I am doing the Reiki for whatever will benefit you the most. If you have a particular intention that you would like to focus the Reiki towards, feel free to do that. And those of you who watch after the live is over, no worries. All you have to do is set your intention to receive the energy, and you can get just as much benefit from it as somebody who's here as I'm doing the broadcast right now. So let's get that started. For those of you who have not received Reiki before, if you notice different sensations in your body, or if you notice your emotions fluctuating, that is pretty much normal, about as normal can be with Reiki, because it's not predictable at all. If you're not feeling anything, don't worry. It's still doing its thing. Sometimes you don't. If you are noticing things in a particular body part, if you want to pop that into the chat menu, I will see what I can do to help you to see what that might be a clue to as to where the energy is shifting for you. Emerald is the stone of worldly success and great happiness, where one has much to look forward to and goodness. That makes a lot of sense for a Capricorn to be interested in an emerald, just because you're Earth sign. For Scorpio, for me, I think of Emerald City as my version of Emerald City as a place where I can be quiet and just relax, and where I don't have the phone ringing off the hook and my emails going crazy, and or else I tune those out, and I just can rejuvenate me and not be putting out so much energy for other people. It's basically, it's like it's a day off for me. You just bought Emerald too. Look at you. You got all kinds of synchronicities lining up with us then, Hannah. I have some raw emerald that I like to wear. It's on a pendant. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. Yeah, I do. I see it as peace, peacefulness. Do I feel warm? I feel a lot of energy going out to a lot of people, a lot of different places, and it feels warm to me, yeah. I am comfortable in my body right now. We're all born psychic. Just some of us practice it more than others. Got a lot of energy going into crown chakras, third eyes, even jaws. I'm not sure what's going on with people's jaws. I might have to look that one up before the video's over. Plus, I got a lot of energy going into knees again, ankles, feet, legs in general, but especially the joints. Got a lot going into the heart chakra. Got a lot going into solar plexuses as well. There's multiple solar plexuses out there getting some energy. Feeling more energetic. That's awesome. Communication even with retrograde. Yeah. Well, Mercury retrograde doesn't halt communication. Mercury retrograde is just a good time to maybe re-communicate some things, go over some things. Mercury retrograde is all about rethinking, redoing, reacting. Feeling it affecting your back, yeah. The Reiki usually will tend to go towards physical things first. You feel lighter? That's good. You were having a coolness in the back yesterday too, so the Reiki is really focused on your back lately. It can be miscommunication, but people tend to forget that Mercury retrograde, if you're talking about something that has been around a while, like not new ideas, then that's actually really a good time to talk about those old things, and even to get old things in motion that maybe they were in motion before and they stopped before. Mercury retrograde is a good time to get those old things back into motion. That's why a lot of times you see exes come back during Mercury retrograde. They get those relationships re-going. I don't know if that's even a word, but it can work the same way with business projects and stuff like that too. It's not bad. It's just that it's going in a different direction. Your shoulders are freezing. Okay, so when you've got energy shifting around the shoulders, that has to do with um, carrying the burdens or carrying the loads, especially when it comes to nurturing and caring for other people. So if this isn't something that's actually physically being helped, then on a more spiritual level, this would be where you have carried other people's loads for them and you've had some resentment about that. And now some of that old resentment and hurt and yucky feelings are being healed up. Maybe even some old rage. Need to grow some more backbone, yeah. I hear you, Ricky. It's not always as easy as it sounds, is it? Tammy, that's so funny. You have birds all over. Okay, so that's 5 minutes of Reiki. Let's do free-for-all questions. What kind of questions you guys have for me? Pop them up into the chat. This is the time. This is the time. Will the old friend ever reply back to Amanda's messages? Amanda, while I'm pulling this card, think about that old friend's name for me, okay? We just dropped like 2/3 of the deck there. Let's get those out of the shuffle. Or actually, I want to put them in the shuffle and put the rest down. There's Miss Marcia. I've been wondering about you, honey. How are you? You've got some interesting cards coming up for the answer to your question. I think that he will be getting back to you. I think that he will be getting back to you. I think that whenever this person does get back to you, I think you should expect some turbulence, though. It's not going to be all smooth sailing just because he gets back in touch with you, honey. Your brother stopped talking to you altogether with no word or reason. Sometimes stuff like that happens, and then sometimes we find out that things are going into spam folders and things that they shouldn't be. Will Ricky Jordan get the good news that she's thinking of on the 22nd or before? Wow, you have a whole bunch of cards falling too. Your forehead hurts. That has to do with the third eye. Hang on a second, Kim. Okay, Kim, take 5 nice normal breaths for me. They don't have to be deep breaths, just count your breaths. Tell me when you've finished with 5 of them, okay? Good news for Ricky Jorgensen that she's looking for on the 22nd or before. I would say not, honey. I don't think so. Whatever this is, I think you're going to have to go it alone. Will Tammy actually do what she's thinking of for herself on February 8th? Will this actually happen? I think it will, but you've got some weird cards here. Looks to me like the first thing towards making this happen is you have to quit fighting with yourself about it. You have to just decide, I'm doing this, okay? Put an end to all this inner conflict of should I, shouldn't I. Then plan. Get your finances together and plan that. Plan that. And then enjoy it. Don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy it. Okay? We are still here, honey. Did Hannah manage to somehow offend her brother in some way that she doesn't realize? Well, the answer here is yes and no. And I got to tell you that I was getting an impression before I even put down cards, Miss Hannah, that part of what's going on here is more about your brother's perception than about anything that you have or haven't done. Okay? So I do think they're going to hear from him again. And I think you guys are going to be able to talk about what happened and you'll be able to get to the understanding of why. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. You guys are going to end up talking again. Right, Amanda? I hear you. Mercury retrograde is the perfect time for that. You're quite welcome, Tammy. Guys are not good at explaining stuff like that, Amanda. Don't be too surprised if if you get a non-answer answer. Aw, Hannah. You're quite welcome. I'm glad to be here and be of service. There is a mentor coming. That's what they're telling me, Ricky. There is a mentor coming. Let's look. Define anytime soon for Marcia. This is the last question that I'm doing of the day is Marcia's question. What's anytime soon for you, honey? Anna Lopez, come on. Who does the perfume smell like? Why are you asking me? Okay. Will Marcia get over her depression at any time within the next 2 to 3 months? You will get over your depression within the next 2 to 3 months, at least enough to feel like you've made a significant amount of progress and to feel much better. And part of that getting over the depression is taking care of yourself. Okay, guys. That's it for me. Everybody have a fantastic, fantastic day. Thank you so much, all of you, for hanging out with me. This was a long one. Some of you guys have hung with me for the whole time. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you guys keeping me on my toes, keeping me company, and I appreciate all the shares that you guys are doing because that really helps me to be able to reach out to more people. Everybody, please remember gift giving. If you want to give any of my services, buy one, get one half off. Buy two, get one free. Buy three, get two free. And of course, you all know I love to read and I love to do Reiki. So if you need anything like that, I hope you'll choose me. Peace out, everybody.